Good good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The tradition remains the same, man. It's all about politics and politics. Now. We know. Please hit the like button right there. Share, subscribe. Without be done spoke, got on yarn. As they say in Wafi, they got on yarn. Without be done yarn, got on spoke. He said, I'm not a saint. I'm not a criminal. Bull crowds. I don't know. It's a politician. I don't know how I see that. That's the first headline that came out from the events that he spoke from. That's in Benin, Edo State. This is the first headline that came out from there. I don't know if this is coming from their own camp. That's not what I expect. I mean, I don't understand. Where are you at? Huh? It's not the point. I expect you, even if you know, speak about the Supreme Court, whatever. Maybe you're waiting for an official date and all that kind of thing. Since this is your official, first time you are speaking in public, if I'm not mistaken, since the judgment, of course, everybody will be expecting what you say. Should not be the headline. You should have talked about why we lost the election. Why? You don't have to directly say it was rigged, but there is a way they will don't frame a speech around the fact that now we Nigerian they use was like I don't know, just there's a way you will reawake your followers, you know, that there's a focus. This should be the focus. I mean, that's what I would. I don't. Or this, I'm not a saint. I'm not a thief. I a thief. She ain't gonna sell, man. She ain't gonna work. No go work. No go work. So, but anyway, let's dive into it. Let's go into it. Started by saying, make everyone see first. Who put out this Oladipo Abiola. If I want to play identity politics, I was okay. This is not coming from a big camp. This is coming from, of course, an opposition. But I hope I'm wrong. So, say the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party AOPA, Peter Obi, has said, is neither a saint nor a criminal. Okay. The former Anambra State governor added that he did his best and served meritoriously when he was governor, also in the private sector. He stated that there is nothing wrong with Nigeria as a country. It's blessed in terms of land, water, blah blah blah. Let me go straight to the text. So first of all, I think he spoke at the round table, right? That's what I'm in Benin. So the event was held was a colloquium and Hall of Fame in honor of the national chairman of LP, Julius Saburi. I like that. I like the idea of that, stuff like that it take place. But I don't expect Obi to speak. I expect young people. They should be giving this kind of platform to the younger people. Anyway, That's in honor of Julius Abure, that's the Labour Party national chairman, right? With the team, the contemporary Nigerian politics, the way forward for Edo State. See, that's exactly means I'm right. That's well, as I said, maybe nobody that headline is now. I don't think it's coming from Obi's camp, but if he is, then that should not be it. Because if this is the team of, well, let's not forget about the headline. Let's see. Let me read what Obi talked about. If he actually correlates with the team of the event and the headline, maybe at the end of it, we'll figure out why is this person writing what he's writing. So yeah, the contemporary Nigerian politics, the way forward for Edo State, my state. You guys see where will be know my state. Let's go there. The LP presidential candidate said, I am not a saint. I am not a criminal. I have never done anything that is wrong. I have served the state, Anambra, and I have served in the private sector. Today, we are going through difficulties in Nigeria. If you do not plan, you have planned to fail. Huh? Man, because your followers, man, they don't believe shit like that, man. They don't believe in planning, man. That shit that doesn't exist. They just believe me, man. Boom, let's go. Maybe I'm not speaking for every one of them, but yeah, you have some key amplifiers who I don't know where that message is coming from. That the idea of planning, organizing is not something that is should be even entertained, right? But here you are saying you do not. If you do not plan, you have planned to fail. And I think that was even as cliche as it's pretty much like a chorus to every Nigerian now because a lot of people don't use that a lot, saying that a lot. And yes, a very various ways of saying it too. Anyway, planning is a critical component. Jesus Christ. I don't think is it Obi speaking because this is just you are just seeing opposites exactly what some of your followers believe in. They ain't believing this what you call planning. Anyway, it's a critical component. The reason countries are failing today is due to a lack of plans, implementation. I totally agree with you. But anyway, let's go. When politicians are campaigning for elective position, everything is sweet and good. But when you have the opportunity to serve the people, then you bring out your true nature, your true self, and start doing the opposite. It sounds like campaign poetry governing prose. Right. Hey, that's a shot. That's a shot. That's a shot. See, I would like to see how the opposition, the Bola Tinubu camp will respond to that. So that's a direct shot. So you're saying Tinubu is in the opposite. All right. We can have a better Nigerians when we have, but let's say, wait a minute. Is he actually doing the opposite of what he said he's going to do? I mean, students alone just get additional 5 billion from not from nowhere, from yacht, from buying the yacht. I don't understand, safe. This is new. This yacht of a thing is new. I don't think there's any president in Nigeria or even military safe that has any scandal that has to do with yacht. All your vessels, yeah, all those yachts to steal crude oil, all those vessels to steal crude oil. Nine Nigerian elite are interested in terms of stealing from the axis, but yacht. So that's a new one. Just hopefully with the true what is really behind yacht. We'll find out, after all, snakes they swallow money that year, Anyway, we shall saw. We shall saw. So now, so Obi continues. I mean, I even go from Obi to Yacht Chef. So yes, the campaigning pros. So yes, to Bola Tinubu actually doing the opposite of what he said is where the campaign do the campaign. No, as I said, as from student loan, I go to yacht and I ain't tripping, you know. Anyway, so the guy went from after all, the guy campaign, he said he's going to give us student loan. So in the supplementary list, he just with the one push out, so you know, 2 point something trillion, right? Jehovah. So 10 billion is going to student loan. So that's he said he's going to do it. So he's not doing the opposite. My guy say in campaigns ain't going to remove subsidy from day one. He did it. Also, you can say when he said he's going to hit the ground running, that he did hit the ground running from the word go. So I don't understand what you're saying that he's doing the opposite. As far as I'm concerned, he's not doing the opposite. It's just that he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. We are just feeling the effect of that, right? So, Mr. B, don't worry, renew your hope. Renew your hope will be renewed before the end of this administration. Anyway, so going further, he said we can have a better Nigeria. We all know that when we have a better Edo State. ah, I like you, sir, but yeah, I ain't fall for that. I ain't gonna fall for that shit, right? We have a better Nigerian working together. We can employ our people. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the best in terms of land, water, and God given resources. And that's some and has some of the best people in the world. But the only thing God has not given Nigeria is leadership. We have we have a good leaders in this country. We will do better. um, First of all, I think he's right. Not because I'm pro Nigeria. He's right because he is a testimony to that. He's a very successful businessman. Politics aside, he is very successful. So if he say Nigeria is great, I think he's speaking from not just a political standpoint. He's speaking from experience, right? It's a clear example. It's a testimony of what Nigeria can be or is. So is on that line. I give it to him. That's true. Um, where you can just finish everything, be say, you know, if I just stick with what he mentioned, I know it means more broader than what those words, right? He said land, water, and the people are great. It's like three things already. But he's saying at the same time, on one hand, he's praising God for giving all that. On the other hand, he's blaming God for only one thing. You got 3 out of 4, but you are blaming God for leaders. But I think this is the time. That's when I say the idea of gaslighting. You know? If he is trying to gaslight his followers, I give it to him. He has a reason why he's doing that, right? He wants power. He believes with power he can change things. Kudos. But the idea of a leader, somebody who has led before, stand in my face and tell me leadership is the problem. And again, I still want it to be my leader. Yeah, just see, man, just go ahead and keep failing. We know it's leadership. It's not you, it's leadership. It's exactly that's where that statement just took me off totally. So I don't get it. Say if we have good leaders who will do better. Yes, we know that, but you should just step aside so that maybe when we have people who have never been in that role before, give them chance and see if they will continue to blame leadership. But you blame leaders, you are one of our leaders, you blame leadership and you don't want to leave. So I don't get it, man. Anyway, a country as in Nigeria has no reason to be poor. Then right. If not because of leadership, we have more resourceful young people in Nigeria. Then right. Okay. As they come out to that, because when you have, I don't know how resourceful we have because we have never been tested. We have never been, we've never given opportunity to prove actually if we are resourceful or not. We've not even given, we have not even given the best of education to be able to challenge ourselves to see if we have what it takes, right? So that's why they laugh on that. Because at this point I got to, because the world has changed drastically and it's still changing. And that's what I wanted to talk about, the useless generation, right? And I put comma there. So find out who are the useless generation, who are going to be the useless generation, or already have them in the past, or are they in our future? I have a very interesting take on that. So, yes, resourceful young people in Nigeria. We have leadership in Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. It's in Gulf. Okay, so yeah, see again, this is where when I say all of them are the same, this is the part I'm also referred to sometimes. So when you say we have resourceful young people in Nigeria, right, and the follow by say we have leadership in Nigeria, that is engulfed in wasteful consumption, but not production. I like that. When you move from consumption to production, hey, my God, nigga, you will create job for the people. Oh my God. Oh. I would say this is the part the obedience are going to run away with. And if they I will have a chance to actually have this small question direct, this is it. This is the place I will ask him a question. See how slick. It just put that like that. It started by saying a country as Nigeria has no reason to be poor. Pam, you can't argue with that. We have no reason to be poor. Totally, everybody will agree with him on that. See how it starts. Then it continue. If not because of leadership, we have more resourceful young people in Nigeria. My nigga, he did boom. This is him directly addressing his followers, the obedience. The problem up, bam, the problem up, right? Then it didn't start there. It didn't stop there. It continued. See, and I said, we have leaders. We have leadership in Nigeria that is engulfed in wasteful consumption. Ma. I mean, where's the lie, right? But now here he began the his smartness in terms of as a politician begin to cripple into this speech when they make they're addressing people, right? Because now I said, see the leadership in Nigeria is engulfed in wasteful consumption. And average obedient will just begin to go straight to yacht, SUVs, right? I mean, I'm not saying those are not our problem. I'm saying Obi is a businessman, a successful one at that. Those policy that makes him so successful came from government that big. Why he's not talking about it? Either they are good or bad. Because that's what we need to hear. Then okay, they don't save 5 billion from Yash. They put down for student loan. That will hit our words. It's a question for us to answer. Right. Now, it don't stop there. It continued by saying, but see, yeah, say wasteful this as if we're engulfing wasteful consumption, but no production. This production we will define that man. I will one day we will need to lecture us how we will take arrive as the what we need to put in place to be able to think of production first. If we are even thinking about that, if all he or you know what he's talking about. which I believe you do know what you're talking about, but I need more explanation from him before I conclude on that. Now, he continued by saying, when you move from consumption to presumption, I'm a trademark now. I'm a trademark. I like this guy though. I like the guy. He knows how to pep slap his followers around and they will fall information according to Beyonce. All right. Anyway, when you move from consumption to presumption, that I wonder one day you going need to explain that to me. You need to unbundle that. Yes, I think there's more, but I just don't get it. You will create jobs for the people. Yes. Now, this is a man as a private businessman was very successful. Up to today, still making banks via his business. And if we begin to x-ray his line of business, this motherfucker ain't producing shit. Nothing. Importation, that's what it does. Right? Well, we can say, okay, and so what? And so what? Yes, okay, and so what? The power of the government, people in government are not the one making the policy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I give it to you. But this also motherfucker has an opportunity to be governor of Anambra for 8 years. Arguably one of the most industrial states in Nigeria. Arguably. I know the people from Ogun State and Lagos and Kano will begin say, come here. But that's something debatable, right? Where I'm going is, having been a chief executive of that state, and one of your proudest achievements is that you save money. Did you leave a policy behind that actually even points to the direction to say, oh, come on, this money that I've saved, this is where I want us to put this money in terms of production. Let's start manufacturing stuff, right? Maybe that's what I say. Maybe that's not what it means. Maybe that's just my own layman's trying to understand what production means, right? But there's nothing like that. So how do you now expect me, who don't necessarily have to listen to an amplifier to think through things by myself, to say, come on, before you can just say you want to move from production to consumption, you should be able to show us an example from your own lifestyle, because this is, as I said, you've been in both worlds, not successful at that, both as an executive or as a public servant, as a private businessman. But there's nothing that directly point to exactly what you are preaching. Everything you are preaching, your life, your practice, your belief, your ideology in life, speak directly to what you are trying to sell. Right? Even if I don't look it from down, but let me look forward. Say, okay, maybe if he has this number one season, you will have the power to actually say, okay, yeah, let me do this, about that kind of stuff. Okay, let's forget about one pass. But for us to actually say we want to even dream of producing at that scale that he is preaching, there are so many elements that they have to check. Say, yes, okay, anybody that comes with this kind of idea, ideology, philosophy, belief, vision, things don't do already, the structure don't do already, or they don't depend the structure already will happen. One, which is electricity. How do you produce without power? You have not convinced your followers that that is very necessary in this country called Nigeria. Oh, sorry, you went to Egypt. So you will use Egypt to do shit. Come on, man, what am I thinking? All right. Egyptian. Uh, then, oh, I get visitors here. Man of prestige. I know. Once you say that, now be where did he post this one? Kulata, not be post. So my guy, now full speech. He was in Edo. They had a colloquium for their Labour Party chairman Abure. I heard in Benin, Edo State. So he was there too, one of the speakers. What is Kulata? So Nigeria didn't make the speech. So, but I did doubt whether now their camp now leak this one out because I don't know. Sorry, man of president. Let me put it. Let me give you the link. So I don't understand, man. But again, trust. I understand these people. The follower will understand. I wouldn't understand, but they should understand. Let's continue. So this man, they speak. Holy people, man, you scared the shit out of me. Excuse me, guys. Hold on. It's all right. I didn't know. Sorry. Okay. Alakulata.
Alpha.
Moaba.
Oh, Akpa. The only Yoruba boy of where you talk say you come from again.
Come. Don't start. I know say when I get power now, but I don't go
Eh?
succeed.
Come follow us chop. Come follow us chop the king now.
I don't go succeed. I know say when I get power now, but no go easy.
Which kind of power now abuse with the chop. So come follow us. Since your name Kuku be Yoruba name, you just go follow join.
Ah man, what's going on? Why? Come on. What do you think this yacht? I mean, is this? I don't know. I don't want to entertain that, but
That actually na fuck off.
no. But do you really think they really want to get a yacht, or there's something I don't know?
Na navy. See, budgeting in a day store. So if you hear noise in the background, budgeting in the back. Budgeting na fraudulent thing. You get people for each parastatal. We get some line budget items where they always appear every now and then. So this yacht now one of them because ah prestige don't come with a bootleg network now. Prestige, we know if you hear you. If you hear him, prestige, you are saying gibberish. Okay, mute prestige, mute prestige. Prestige, log out and log back in. Man of prestige, log out and log back in.
Wait, so I don't understand. What? Where you see prestige? Say,
Or who is
It,
talking? Someone is talking.
Matter what dimension are you
no, sorry, it's
Is
coming from you.
oh, it's coming from me. Okay, let me log back in.
All right.
Ovia, first of all, are we going to see your side cheek or not?
Sorry. Hello. What's going on?
Can Can you hear us now, or
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're good.
okay? First of all, what was
Can
the?
you guys can you guys hear me?
Go ahead, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Oh,
can hear
okay,
you. Go
okay,
ahead.
all right.
Kulata, go ahead. Oh, all right.
Oh, okay. That budget something. This is not the first time that yacht thing will appear. Under Jonathan too, there was a 3.3 billion naira line item for yacht, and same thing, same at Navy. So budget na scam.
Yeah,
Each
but
part,
my
eh?
question is that how swift, how quick they just divide the 5 billion to student loan without no. I mean, they even hold a press conference for it.
E good now.
I
No
don't know.
be na function of government be that now. Now so government suppose work. If executive mess up, it will be caught by. I mean, it's the legislative that holds the purse. So it's them to review it and remove all these unscrupulous budget line items, because budget office is always scandalous. They put all sorts of junk in there to chop money. That's how that's how Abuja works. Even in America, it's the same thing. It's not different.
We'll see. I don't think we heard the last of this yet.
So of
We'll see.
this, no,
Yes.
honestly, they should crucify Tinubu on the budget thing. This is this is what opposition should be doing. Can you hear me?
Yes, but I don't know. That's it started again.
It started
The
again.
crap. Not better now.
Is it coming from me? I don't think it's coming from me. Anyway, I think this is an area
OVA,
that
sorry, OVA, can you log out and come back in? I think it's you, OVA. Go out and come
Yeah.
back in. I think you are the one. I don't know
No, no,
your.
it's not Miss Hulata. I just muted him now and it's clear.
Oh, okay.
no, I muted myself, but I don't think it's me because I'm talking
It's
now.
coming. No. Okay, see. Well, let me mute myself. Let me everybody mute except Kulata and speak Kulata.
Okay, I'm speaking now. Can you hear me? You can
Yeah,
see it's
Okay,
clear.
go ahead.
yeah, OVA. I'm telling you, like, just go out and come back in. I think it's you.
Go ahead, Kulata.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if I am opposition, though, you need to bury Tinubu in this budget mess because there's so many f-ups, pardon my French, that's been happening, especially the lack of sensitivity to the poverty going on in the land. You can't be spending like drunken sailors. I mean, you even have the audacity to allow a yacht. I mean, we're not even talking about like a if they said Navy is buying vessel to go and be chasing oil bunkers, we'll understand. So okay, we need this. You're talking about the yacht. In my world, yacht only means one thing. It's a luxury seafaring vehicle, and the government, whether it's Navy or whatever, has zero business at this point in time buying a yacht. That thing don't come back again. I don't know where this thing is coming from.
But Kulata, why? Can you hear me, Kulata?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Do you think somebody snuck that in to make him look bad, or what do you think that came from? Because Tinubu is denying that they put that in there, so somebody put it in. So what do you think that came from?
Babati, that thing is standard government practice. Like I said, they put it under Jonathan too. These are these are what civil servants. This is what they do. This is their own also. It is up to you to capture to make sure you don't get embarrassed by such things. So some one thing that is a recurring feature of Tinubu's government, they don't check that they're not detailed oriented. I don't know. Okay.
I Kulata, it's OVA. I told him to go out and come back, and he doesn't want. It's your
Ovia, I think it's you.
yeah. Just go, yeah. It's you. Switch your mic or something. But okay, okay. My thing is this: if that is their side hustle, like the way you put it, that means we need to look at the whole. That means there's more in that budget,
Of
right?
course,
That they are. So
of
we need to
course,
look at the whole thing. So throw it
of
up
course.
on. Let's see those side hustles that they've been milking the country for. Because I think what happened is the price tag caught our attention. That will be your 4, 5 millions. Those small tags will also be there too, and we also need to
That
yeah,
one you can't prevent that one, Babati, in a budget, except you do something called what's this called again? Oh, is this zero-based budgeting or something? Whereby you start I mean, there are different methods of preparing budget. Some budgets you could just copy and paste from the last time and edit it. Some you start from the scratch. I think it's called zero-based budgeting. That the one OB wanted to do.
right.
But a lot of it is a compromise between both of them because that zero-based budgeting is
Hello?
whatever.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Who's that?
Hello?
Who's
Hello,
that?
This one, yeah.
This is Niger Nation.
What's going on?
Niger Nation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Obi. Mazi Obi, God
Alpha.
bless you. Kulata, God bless you. Babati, God bless you. Man of prestige. There's too much of prestige here, so it's too much. God bless Una. Okay? Thank you for always contributing online. You guys are too smart. Too smart. I'm not here to discuss anything about Nigerian politics. I just say, make her come greet all of Una. You guys are doing great work. But you guys are the examples of what has been done to Nigeria and Africa. The best minds have been stolen. Kolata, you be smart guy, man. If someone like Kolata in Nigeria, if he enter office,
So
if he enter anything like this.
they stole cave of Nigeria.
No, for real, because I've been listening to you guys for almost 1 year. 1 year. I said, look at all these great minds. They just tip us. Like, it's literally stolen of natural resources. Kolata is a natural resources. Obi is a natural resources. You, Baba T, you be New Hampshire boy now. I know you were locked in place when that guy was shooting up Lewiston, Maine. You understand? But you're a natural resources. We are all natural resources. The only problem is that they have stolen us. We don't commot. We dare another man's land. We they do our hustle, we they work, we they make money, but it pains me to hear you guys speak, and I'm impressed. So impressed, like, these people should be in Nigeria. These people should be helping to manage the affairs of Nigeria. But they are not there. They are somewhere else. And they're advising online where only a few people are hearing us. That's what I came to say. Oh, is Ovi still there? Or is he gone? Ovi, are you still there?
Najaman, before you go, let me respond to that your commentary. Okay.
No.
Let me
Before you
to that
respond,
before
man of
you
prestige, you are even brilliant. You are
Hold
Igbo
on,
guy
let me
from
respond
Igbo
to that
State.
your narrative before you exit this platform. It's not
Okay.
about brilliant. Of course, we have a lot of brilliant people. Everybody here is brilliant in their own way. We have a lot of brilliant. Look at the people that are, that is in this administration. Most of them are brilliant. They are just brilliant on the surface. Do they have the tools to return Nigeria? Maybe not. But it's the orientation of Nigeria with your brilliancy. When you go to Nigeria, you're going to join them and behave the same thing. Look at the people in Tinubu, in finance, all kind of departments. They are brilliant.
I am not here to argue about
academically. I'm just saying
man of prestige.
It doesn't work in Nigeria.
Man of prestige. I am not here to argue about Tinubu's administration. Tinubu's administration
No, I'm
is
not.
just
I just use that as an example. Like the people in the finance, the central bank. I'm just using that little one as an example of their brilliancy in terms of education and some other things, or what they have done, their antecedent in different areas, even when they were here. But when you go to Nigeria, you get reoriented into that Nigerian malacy.
That's okay. That's man of prestige. That's okay. That's okay. Today, I am just here to rain praises.
No. Thank you very much.
I am here to rain praises on my people.
Problem we are having.
My brother Kolata. Whenever I watch you, I say, this guy, man. why is this guy not in Nigeria? Like he's just like
stop talking about Kulata. When Kulata go to Nigeria, go eat agbado. He's already
it doesn't matter.
Agbado here already. He could behave
Even
like
if na
that.
agbado,
So what's the difference?
even if na yam, even if na northern food, the point is that his contribution will be inside Nigeria, and God knows how many people he will influence.
No,
and
he's
God
not
knows
going to
how many
influence
people he
any
will push.
jack. I'm telling you.
You'll be
He's gonna
surprised,
behave
though. He
like
has
them.
influenced me. He has influenced me.
disagree
I'm
with
an
you.
Igbo. I'm an Igbo guy, and I
It's
listen
not
to
about
him.
Igbo.
I'm
I'm
impressed.
talking about brilliance is the word he used. It doesn't work in Nigeria. It's only
Man
on
of
the surface.
prestige. Even you, your success.
Even me.
No,
If I go
listen.
to Nigeria, I could behave like them.
It's
No,
a lie. Your
forget about
success.
that.
Your success in Nigeria. You live in California. You live in San Diego.
It doesn't matter where I live. I can be anything. I
The
can be the same.
success you've achieved. The success
I
you
can be,
achieved.
I can be in charge of New York Stock Exchange here. When you go to
No,
Nigeria,
but
your
listen
mentality
carefully.
change.
Listen carefully.
Let's be honest.
I am raining praises on you so you can understand what Africa is losing. Africa is losing people like you. Africa is losing people like Baba T. Baba T is a soldier, from what I understand. He served. He's disciplined, you know, but he can't use his skills in Nigeria. He can only use it to serve America. That is the point of the whole globalization, to remove resources from where it's supposed to be and to keep that place poor. Ovi is one of them. Even Dr. Damages, him too, a brilliant guy, but he's stuck over here. All his brilliance he cannot use back home. So today is about praises. I praise Una. I am praising Nigerians. Whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Muslim, whether you're Christian, it doesn't matter. You guys, if we are back home, the goodness we would have done have been removed. That is the 419 that they're doing to us. The 419 is make on a commode for a country and don't contribute positively back to your country. But I will still rain praises on you. It doesn't matter if you're APC. It doesn't matter if you're LP. It doesn't matter if you're NNAP. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what section you're championing. As long as you're not there championing it, Nigeria is losing. So today I just wake up, say, let me just tell you guys that you are doing a great job, you know, but Nigeria is losing out by not having us, even me as I talk, by not having me and you guys there trying to administer the affairs of our people. We are a waste, but we have to keep that in mind. You understand? When I feel do better, the way Kulata comes and works for APC, even if APC becomes a one-party movement, if its brilliance is instituted in the country, it will be a good thing. Trust me. We don't have to play party politics. At the end of the day, it's about administering the affairs of Nigeria. Whether Nigeria is a fake country or a real country, it doesn't matter. It's our country. If the brilliant people go back home, they will do positive wonders. That's what I believe. And I say it in all of you for the past 1 year. Even you, man of prestige. Even you. That's all I came to say. Sorry for for talking too much. Somebody else can jump in if they want. But thank you guys for being you. Thank you.
Thank you, Oga.
Okay.
So let's clarify something. Kulata, when were you stolen from Nigeria? So I just wanted to.
Me.
I want to know.
What did Jimmy be?
He was stolen when he moved to Atlanta. When he moved to Atlanta, that's when they stole him. He don't move to Atlanta.
When I moved to Texas and called, now Texas has first leave for this country.
Yeah, you did Texas now. I thought it was Atlanta where you did before.
I be Dallas boy before.
For
Dallas.
Real? Wait. You live
a long time ago.
You didn't tell me that. I used to live in grad school. I lived in Irving.
Irving?
Yeah, Irving, Texas. So you know
maybe you don't see me walk up past your house.
You know that old Cowboy Stadium. I used to live very close to it.
I know that area very well.
Yeah, I had a condo. There's a condo on Grow Street. Very close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back then.
But I left Dallas a long time ago, like 2005. So anyway, If me at the opposition, no, I will be burying Tinubu in all these stupid mistakes that they're making. Because one thing, Tinubu's chief of staff, I think, is in F. That Baja Biamila guy. He's supposed to be the gatekeeper for the government. But look at the kind of juvenile mistakes that they are making. You will appoint someone, you will reverse the appointment. That has happened like 3 or 4 times. You will be, I mean, so many stupid
But
like
Tinubu is kind of it's not. You say it's cool with him. Give him a pass.
uh, well, what do you want him to say? Okay, you have to. The government is still new now. You can't start firing people now. If I were him, though, I will be pegging that guy because the kind of mistakes they are making, they're just unnecessary. Look at this budget one now. Why are you pretending like you don't understand the mood of the country? Like, you see that everything is expensive, inflation. The executive branch should be trying to manage the image of this current government. I know they can't do anything about what the legislators want to spend. That's their, I mean, legislator can spend whatever they want. Executive cannot do anything about that. But all this, like, okay, you do supplementary budget. You can't be letting all these embarrassing budget items come out now. So what's the people in the ministry? Because each ministry will prepare their budget, submit it to budgeting and planning. Those ones will review it, then send it to the house for approval. You should have like tell someone like any embarrassing line item, just kind of like scratch it out. But like I said, a lot of budget is basically copy and paste. And then they copy and paste some things that will be recurring. It means say some people they take that thing, they chop. They will never ever buy it. That item will keep coming back, year after year. So it's. I mean, I've been expecting Tinubu and Co to kind of like get a hang on the job, but looks like they're spending too much time trying to figure this job out. I'm disappointed. I mean, in that perspective, I'm disappointed. They're still trying to settle down. I don't think they've settled down, and I think they're fumbling. I
But
mean,
how long? At some point, that excuse has to stop. I can't keep saying that they're setting that for how long. It's almost 6 months.
no, that's why I said
Yeah.
nobody should excuse them. No opposition. This is when opposition should come. Because I myself, I mean, I will criticize them whenever they go wrong. I will criticize them. They're just silly mistakes. You appoint ministers. Is it now that you're now taking them to retreat? You start taking them to retreat the first week of something. It's like you get promoted in a job, right? They make you partner or something or director. They will first take you. One of the first things we've done is to take you to a retreat to train you about that role. Now this. But how many months now these guys have been appointed? They're just going to retreat. But what happened between now and then? You had the Minister of Women's Affairs saying that she's going to sue. She says she's going to sue United Nations. You don't hear that kind of thing before. United Nations say they give you money.
I've told you before. You know, when I said the people label me as sexist, I said most of these women in this government they are mostly pancake wearing. I'm not impressed. Some of them just I've said it before. I've just rubbing pancake, and left to me. You remember when we were even deliberating who we should pick for chief of staff? The name that came up was Fashola, not
Fashola. Yeah,
it was.
Fashola will put some rigor. Fashola will put some rigor into this government. That's what this government needs, some rigorous process. Yeah, Bajabi, I mean, like, kind of like looks wishy-washy, kind of like. Can he push back? Can Bajabi push back against Tinubu? He can't push back now. I mean, Shay, if you be chief of staff, look that young Kano girl where they nominate as minister. They nominate them as minister. She went to Senate to go and get confirmation. She was in the building till someone told her that no, you are no longer on the list. Isn't I mean, look at the ramification of that. If you think through what happened.
because
Because that means
it makes it makes Tinubu looks bad. It makes you look bad now. Like who did you really put? Because okay, this is the thing, Clever. You know they've been alleged that this guy is taking a bribe for people
Can
to
I
appoint
interject?
government. So it leads curious, like maybe. So what do you think happened in that case, Clever, where somebody is on the list, they show up on the Senate, and suddenly their name is removed, and they are accusing you of taking bribe to put people on the list. Something is, it makes the government look bad. Is my point. It just makes Tinubu look
I'm
terrible.
not even going to mince words. I don't think Tinubu has an input in that appointment because if, for example, he said, "I approve of this person," is it now? Will you now say, if I mean, okay, I think it may even be worse, assuming Tinubu knows. But if he did not know, that I think the best case is to say he didn't know because they approved it. She went into the building before someone now pulled it
Okay,
back.
okay, but that is my point.
Can I can I can I
It was
interject?
no,
Can I
it
interject?
was approved. No, hold on. That's my point. I'm trying to make to you. The government approved that this is who we want. So what changed between the time they approved and the time she got to the Senate House? What changed? Something changed,
So,
right? So what
so
happened?
Babati, that
Yeah.
even makes it worse because assuming Tinubu approved it and then something changed, what kind of mind does he have to be changing his mind on that? So that means indecision, massive indecision, and we've seen it many times now in this short government. So there's a bigger problem because
Can I
it's
interject? Can I interject?
go ahead.
Yeah, I agree to all of you. Um, you said sometimes Tinubu doesn't know, Tinubu knows. You know, it's only in Nigeria when you come to governmental affairs, you have presidency and president. You try to differentiate the whole thing. It's all the same. The buck stop with Tinubu. Whatever decision that they make, but I mean, like the chief of staff, is supposed to be there, scrutinize everything and give Tinubu advice. But ultimately, Tinubu has to make the decision. So whether it bypass Tinubu or it didn't bypass Tinubu, the buck stopped there. It doesn't end anywhere but the presidency. The president is in charge of it. And you stated earlier that the appointment is kind of silly. No, I consider that to be a scatterbrain decision. It's more than silly, decision. Before you bring out something like that, about all this year and everything we are talking, like you properly stated earlier, it has happened in the previous administration. But the situation of the nation right now call for rational thinking, not just putting on everything, knowing that what people is going to cry. Did they know what they did? Yes, they know. They probably take it back right now. The House of Representatives, they rejected and something like they took everything back. So what are we talking about? They are not performing. I don't know what's going on. I mean, they are performing below all ramification. Nothing is going right in this country. I don't know. I mean, but I'm even surprised. Kulata come here and criticize them. So that
I mean,
that's a step in the
because
right
it's being
direction.
objective. That's the
You
point.
had an
You have to
argument
be
support of
objective.
them. So but
Okay, but this is back to collateral. This what bothers me. That transpires, and there's no. I mean, nobody in government should, because in the same society, if that happens, you explain the reason why you kind of that appointment, right? Okay, somebody was supposed to be appointed as a minister. We find somebody else. Then the government will come and say, "This is the reason why we chose somebody else." You will explain yourself, right? That's the way it's supposed to work. All we just know is she shows up. She's no longer the minister in waiting. She goes away. Somebody else comes in, and there's no explanation, and that's it. That is not good enough for a government.
It's not good enough.
I'm like,
No heads rolling, no explanation, no justification,
and
and
that's it.
for it to have repeated itself. I mean, look, we too many juvenile mistakes happening right now. Too many juvenile mistakes. Like it's there's no rigor, there's no process. There needs to be there's no cohesion. That's what I'm going to say about this government. There's no cohesion. It's like, okay, I think a lot of trust is kind of like invested in the guy himself, the guy, Tinubu, the personality. Tinubu is caught between excessive politics, which shows in terms of like ballooning the number of ministries, reckless abandon in spending and then try to fix the real problems. So there's mixed messages. When you're trying to fix the real problems, the victims are the people. But then anything leadership has to do with optics, right? People need to see that, okay, oh, if you tell me things are going to be tough, I'm willing to take it if you show some of sacrificial leadership, meaning, okay, oh, if things are going to be tough, that means we too will have to tighten our budget. And I get it. I'm not stupid. I know it can only do that for the executive branch. But if you can only do that for the executive branch, do it for the executive branch. And then you can say, well, the legislative branch too will have to curtail their spending. Whether they do it is beyond your
No,
control.
no,
At least.
Kulata,
no.
Kulata.
Wait,
The
wait,
British
wait.
people, seems to disagree with you. The German disagree with you. The American disagree. Pretty much the international community disagree
No,
with you.
No,
They're kind of happy with this administration.
Ovie, I said
No,
two
no.
things.
Hold on, hold on. This is why it's even worse. He is the former speaker of the house, so you should know how these things run. Your chief of staff is the former speaker of the House of Rep. It's
But
like he does
people
not
who are
know how
giving him
to
money to
work there.
invest, the international community who are giving him money to invest are happy with him.
With who?
Ovie, I said two things, right? I said
Yes.
Tinubu is indulging in heavy politicking, and that is the spending is doing the ballooning of the parastatal, ballooning of appointments, and all sorts. So that one is to take care of the politics side, and I think is going excessive in it. The other part that is doing is real restructuring of our economy. It is that part that you see all these IMF agreeing with him, Germany or whoever is agreeing with him, because both things are happening at the same time. The reckless abandon is for the political side, the shrewdness, but there's a disconnect because the disconnect is okay. The normal Lagbaja and Shikira on the street, they're suffering big time. But then the your government is saying one thing, the messaging is not with. Your government is saying one thing, they're acting in another way. Acting in another way in a way that public, because everybody can see this yacht, everybody can see that. But then I cannot connect it to my own personal circumstance. Like, who gives you the right to be spending like a drunken sailor when you're telling me to cut my coat? You cut out my own benefits. So there's a messaging problem. There's cohesion problem, messaging problem. They need to show some some contrition in the way they are going about
So
their business. It's just
the yellow guy that what's his name? Their communications expert. What's his name? The guy that has an American accent.
Ajuri.
That guy has to go. I have said that he's not
Ajuri.
effective. He's not effective. Bring back Bayo or whatever, somebody else that has that Nigerian accent. This one it sounds too foreign when he's talking to people. It does not connect with
But
people.
Babaji, the issue is not about communication problem.
It
I
is
mean,
part
the
of
communication,
it
that's
is
not the issue.
part of it. No, hold on. It is part of the problem.
Okay, how is it? Can you enumerate how that's a problem? What has he communicate that is different from what's coming from the presidency or the president as you're divide them into two?
Okay, how
I
effective?
don't think that's the problem. That just on the surface. That's not nothing to do with the policy they are implementing. That is kind of not making sense. Nothing has really gel into together right now. So I don't think it's all about communication right now.
I didn't say it was all about. I said it's part of the problem. I'm not saying it's all the problem.
Tell me how it mirror into what we are talking about.
It's not been effective. Well, like even remember when he had that debacle in India. Do you remember this visa ban of was it of Dubai or
He bungled that one.
Yeah,
The Dubai one. He bungled that
Okay,
big time.
I don't know. I look at those things as minor things. Some of
it
them
is
may
not
be
minor for a new
propaganda. We're
government.
talking about strictly
It is not
policy
minor. You can't say it's
that have
minor
not been
for a new
coherent.
government. It is not minor for a new administration. Some things you have to pay attention to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you're not very effective and and if you make it, and that was the third mistake he made, right? It was like 3 in a row that he was just fumbling for that week. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what are you? Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? So you can't have this kind of people in government. You must be effective. Get your facts right before coming on TV to speak on behalf of
Okay,
the
that may be
government.
true to a certain extent, but that's the least of our problem. I
Mm.
mean, I'm just,
Yeah,
you
but
know, I'm
yeah,
just being
yeah.
true.
yeah.
Do you,
But there's some
Jonathan
things
Babati?
that Ajuri, sorry, there's some things that Ajuri cannot control, because the big disconnect I'm talking about is you can't tell the people to sacrifice when you're not showing your contrite. I mean, when you're not showing, okay, this, I mean, you need to kind of message that we're in this together, right? Tinubu will go and say, we need all this. It's a suffering before the light at the end of the tunnel, blah, 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 blah. But then your government, you are not showing any sign, even if it's to pretend something symbolic. Let's just say, okay, look, let me give you an example of the symbolism. When he called out his son that he shouldn't attend FEC meetings, FEC meetings, that was symbolic, right? Everybody was said, yeah, 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 he's doing the right thing. So even small gesture and say, oh, I'm not going to take salary. We know it means nothing, right? You can just say that, like, oh, I'm sacrificing, Nigerian sacrificing. And then all this spending, like buying new cars for yourself and your wife and all. You can just say, okay, I forgo it. It's not going to kill you, right? And then people can say, okay, okay, that's at least we're in it together. There's light at the end of the tunnel. But when you are making me buy petrol, I mean, it's not like I understand why petrol is the price. I understand all the policies that I think they're the right policies. But they just need to kind of like show some sensitivity to the whole thing. They're being insensitive. Honestly, the policy prescriptions are good, but the suffering people are going through should not appear to only be limited to the masses. They too need to take a haircut, even if it's symbolic haircut, even if it's
But
pretend.
it has to be a significant, not just symbolic. I think they should go beyond just being. It has to be like a drastic pay cut, reduce the cost of government. I personally believe that the 48 minutes that is too much for the way 48 is too. We should about maybe like 40 or 41, but 48 ministries.
It's
That
excessive.
is,
America only has 15.
you're not showing that you actually care about the content of the country. If you know what I mean, 48 is a lot. Even at the state level, everybody has to buy into what, if that is what you believe that they should do, then it has to be across board from federal to state. Everybody has to buy into this idea of we're sacrificing, we are in together. So everybody buys into it. I get that. But even when you do that, you must be able to communicate the reason why you're doing it and how you are doing it and in the ways you're doing it so that people can actually follow that process. So that you get my point. So it has to be done concurrently. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm not saying that it's just about communication only, but it has to be. Messaging is also very important. It's very important. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, Prestige. I'm not trying to dismiss your position. Yeah. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So I think going forward, I think they've gone, the ministries, I mean, the ministers have gone for their retreat. Going forward,
Is it KPIs now? Do they have KPIs for them?
they have KPIs for them. They now have KPIs for them and all that stuff. But I just think, you see, it's like they put you on a new project. Maybe Prestige will be able to relate to this. Let's look at project management, right? The first 3 months, you guys will do planning. You guys will first do planning, right? To plan out the implementation of whatever you're trying to do. Then you now do design before you implement. There needs to be some sort of mentality like that. So at the end of the day, there should be, okay, this is our guys' vision statement. This is our mission. Then this is the plan. This is the short term, the medium term, the long term. And then you're not going to have milestones throughout to measure. They should have started with that. They first started, it was more like bow, bow, bow. It wasn't settled. So there's no cohesion.
That goes back, okay, but okay, that goes back to my point again. Effective communication. Like you have to communicate this to the people. So far, I've only maybe about 5 ministers have been visible. Where is the other 40? What? The other 44? Have you heard anything from them? Okay. Have you seen them on anywhere? They've been
Nope.
missing. You only see
Where's Minister of Health?
you
Where's
don't hear
Minister of
anything.
Education?
It's only Wiki, Interior, and Women's Affairs, the Welfare stuff, and Minister of Work that I've seen. Everybody is just I don't know where they are. You don't hear anything. There's no policy that they can say, okay, this is what you're planning to do. These are the timelines for this. You don't hear anything. They've been quiet. And in 6 months, are we about 6 months, right?
When did this government start? May, right?
Yeah, it's almost 6 months now. 6 months.
And then they appointed ministers like a couple of months, like a month or 2 months after or so.
4 or 5 months. We don't know your agenda for your ministry.
But Bulata, like you earlier stated, I mean, they've been in office for about 100 and something days. But let's say the minister has been appointed about 3 months ago. I mean, up to right now, they have not set up their platform to optimize their goal. I mean, set up a workflow management process.
Let's just say by now they should be ending planning, and then they should come out and say, okay, this is my vision. I've done strategy sessions, I've done planning. That okay, this is going to be my roadmap for the next 4 years. Bam, 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 and then you start communicating it and all. But what do we get? Radio silence. Nothing.
I mean, we don't even know what stage they are right now. I mean, if they're at the beginning of the task management, I mean, I don't know, on strategic level or operational, we don't even know what level they are because they're not really communicating to us. That's where Baba T talk about the communication level, that has to come into play. But the communication level I see them doing right now, is certain propaganda like the guy means, about all that kind of thing that he missed when he went to oversee, but they're not coming at that stadium, what's exactly happening right now. So everything is just like chaos. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not blaming Tinubu for everything. Sometimes I wonder, does he even know that the masses are suffering? Maybe they're not telling him. I don't know. I mean, anybody can help me. Maybe he doesn't even know what's happening.
He knows, Prestige. He knows. He talks about it.
Huh?
He talks about it.
I think like K was
let
me respond to that. I think K, I think you said that once before, months ago, that I think Tinubu just picked some minister that is focusing on that. He put his own people in and let the party pick for the other ministries. I think he has specific targets that that is focusing, like some specific departments that he thinks will help his government, and he left the other ones to party members and the other people. But I think that was a mistake in my opinion. So I think that's what's going on. So you can see that the active ministries or the ones that are coming out here are the ones that are directly is very, very much involved in, like the economy, like your CBN, like you can tell where he has his eyes on. But the other ones, for some reason, I think he just, maybe now with the KPI thing, that will change. Maybe that will change. But I think at the beginning, he had his eye on some few ministries.
This is where a great chief of staff come in.
I never liked Benjamila in the first place. K knows that he wasn't my guy. I wanted Fashola. That's who I wanted.
I think we all talked about it that day, that we all wanted Fashola, but I mean, we knew Fashola wasn't going to get it.
Why is he not even in the government? Anybody know?
I think he's just tired.
The guy wants to go and sleep directly. But I think Tinubu doesn't want anybody from a Buhari government in his. I think he wants a clean state. He doesn't want anybody that works for Buhari to be in his government.
He has Keyamo now, and he has Ndume.
Oh, you know what?
If they're going to help him, like definitely, I mean, like the chief of staff, if you put the right person there, like this guy we're talking about, I don't know. We need.
But I'm just like, as a former speaker of the house.
I told you guys, Fashola has fallen out with Tinubu right from the first time of Buhari, but now no one agrees. I say no.
Why do you say that, Ovie? Why would he be falling out from Tinubu? From what?
I say from the authority, from a very good source. Nobody Tinubu nominated them for a minister. Those were not his choice. Now the Kabab of North will nominate people like Arigbe Shola them, Fashola them. So only God know why he did that. You understand? Maybe I mean, but people say no, 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 no. But even himself came out and debunked it that he's working underground for the campaign and all those crap. But we all know, man, something is
Let
up.
me give you guys another tip. You know another person that is also falling out from Tinubu. He's not a politician, but he's important. Dangote. You guys don't notice?
No, why you say that?
You think so?
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, it's
Okay,
not public.
give
It's
us
not
that.
public. Now some na abe speaker gist.
No, no,
So
give us
What is
details
there? What
now.
is the sign? What
Give
are the
us the
signs? Any
exclusive.
signs?
so you know Dangote is roped into all the Emefiele shenanigans. He's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, recipient of that abused our forex.
Okay, that's you are making
Uh,
some point. I never thought about it like that.
so
Hmm.
also Dangote was comfortable making that money from the forex. I don't think too much. I mean, it's building refinery and all, but I think they just use that refinery to destroy the central bank. So if you notice one thing, Bua is Tinubu's preferred guy. Now, you'll notice that Bua is
And it's
getting more
making profit
public.
already.
Yeah, Bua
It's
is
making
making
profit
profit.
already.
You can see, and Bua, there are many things that will be going Bua's way.
Sorry,
So,
hey, hold on. What is Boa? Can you? I don't know what is.
oh, okay, you don't know Bua. Bua is the
Boa
second
cement, is
richest
it?
guy. Bua Cement is the
Yes.
second richest
Oh,
guy.
like that owned by who? Owned
Is
by
a
who?
Bono guy. What's his name again?
No, it's from Kano too. They are from Kano. It's
No, it's not from
Abdulrahman on
Kano.
it.
It's from Bono. It's from Bono. It's not from Kano.
It's
What's his
from. Let
name?
me
Oh,
see.
what's his name? Shit. Hold on. Let me quickly search. Bua owner. Rabiu. Abdul Samad
Yeah,
Rabiu.
it's from Kano.
It's from Canon now.
No, it's from it was born in Kano, but I think originally it's from the northeast.
They are all Kano guys.
So watch out for this guy, Bua. Oh, he's from Kano. You're right. He's from Kano. You're right. He was born in Kano. Is it like Abacha that was born in Kano but comes from
No,
Maiduguri?
Abacha that was born is from Kanuri. And Abacha come from Borno, but
Abacha
reside
na
in Kano.
Kanuri
Claim
guy
Kano.
now.
Yeah, that
But
now claim Kano.
Rabi no be Fulani. Rabi no be Fulani.
No,
No, don't worry.
I don't
No,
know
no,
for
no,
sure,
no.
but I know it's from Kano.
Give us the details because can you tell us what really happened with the?
And so, from what I'm hearing, it's not like, look, apparently, I'm sure they will settle or whatever. But from what I'm hearing, uh, Tinubu is kind of like giving Dangote some marching orders based on what I'm hearing. And he's not really happy with Dangote. It seems to be Bua is his favorite guy now. So that's as far as I can take it. Because Dangote is heavily roped into Emefiele shenanigans. Heavily. So let's see how that place
That makes
goes.
sense, though. That
I
makes sense.
mean,
So, what do you guys think about
the
Obi's speech now after?
Obi,
Yes.
Obi, we're done with Obi. We're done with those
Can
people.
we move on with the government, please? I'm tired of this. Can we move on? Like seriously, every time. Like it's not the.
Well, Kulata, tell us what about this blue economy that nobody is talking about, but we are worried about? Yes.
Say the one with Tinubu giving, brother.
Yes. Now,
Uh,
but that place, so billions will pass that through that place like tomorrow no day. But
billions are supposed to pass through that place, but I feel that place is ripe for PPP. Now, I don't think say government supposed to use their own money build up ports. We suppose bring investors because we not suppose they borrow money, they do stuff again like Buhari. We just supposed to bring people, build the port, run the port, transfer it to us maybe after 100 years or something. It will be on our land. It will be good for economy. We don't have to spend a dime to do it. I think a lot of what will happen should be that place. And there's a lot of opportunities in the South that needs to be tapped into. Because if you look at the Southwest, Ondo go get their own. Ondo is working on their own. Badagry go get their own. Lagos don't get Lekki. So waiting remain again. I don't think Ogun State is doing anything. But
Let
although
don't do Ogun. Just move on there. Don't,
so Southwest is settled. And when it comes to inland port, Ibadan don't get inland port. Waiting remain, which say Nakure wants inland port. Now
Kano's gonna
Ibadan.
have once they are done with that Ibadan to Kano, whatever, they have another dry port on those routes for the
Because
north.
Ibadan get dry port, I think Kaduna has dry port. Abatu, I think it's been approved for them. So Southwest is settled. So now South area remain, make them do private ports. Forget about all this government run nonsense. Government cannot run
Edo is
anything.
already on the lead. Edo is already on the lead. Boa is
I
already
don't
setting up a battery in Edo North. They are siting airports in Edo North. They are also grading the seaport they are talking about in
seaport.
Edo. So
Edo get beach.
the
Edo get shoreline.
no, not like seaport. The inner one, the small one that I just talked about.
Oh, dry port.
Yeah.
Eh. Wait, Edo dey near ocean. Shebi na Delta.
No, not really. Not really.
But how are you getting the okay? Because I know the Lagos to Calabar proposed train stuff goes through
But
Edo.
train past Edo now. They don't leave the train past.
From
Yeah,
where?
train pass Edo.
From where? From where? Where is it coming from?
Which
Do you
one?
know?
Train.
The one in it. What is that line coming from? The one that goes across Edo.
No be wait, no be worry Itakpe. Shey na
Really?
that one pass Edo.
I don't. I'm
Because
not sure.
it goes to Kogi. It goes from Delta to Kogi State.
But is it linked to any port? Like, like the Papa. I'm thinking of Papa as how they have a Papa linking to the Badon thing. I'm thinking is it linked to that one or to any port?
No. It's
I
a
don't know
different.
the
I think
drive
it's a
port.
different. It's a different real line.
What kind of port are you having? I don't understand. But anyways, it's okay.
But Delta State should have a functioning port, whether it's in Warri or Sapele
And
or somewhere.
they have a bomb coming up now. That's the biggest, the deepest one in Nigeria when it's done. The
But
bomb,
that's in
Akwa
Akwa
Ibom.
Ibom.
Yeah, that's a bomb. That they can do they can connect with that one now too. But this governor fooling people in the southeast that is going to build one seaport, whatever. I'm like, who are you fooling? It's not gonna be viable. Why are you deceiving?
Then make I give you guys another inner caucus gist. I don't dey get some small inner caucus gist. I get guy wey dey this government too. Like actually, I know like two people. So another thing wey dey happen, tax. What's the name of that Lagos model? Expect, of course, everybody knows that. So it's not like exactly breaking news. They're gonna do the tax the way Lagos does tax. The federal too is going that route. So right now they're currently reforming the tax structure. Like there are many duplicative taxes. They're gonna like combine them. I mean, at the end of the day, try and simplify it. But the collection is going to be a similar model as the model that Alpha Beta is running in Lagos. Whereby
who's gonna be in charge of that? They're gonna get a private. That's not that. He said he had to. Is he Alpha Beta gonna run the whole thing?
But you know the Alpha Beta model, where you see they could talk say, okay, for this so companies, Babati, now you. That's how they started it. Babati, you cover this area. Ovie, you cover that area. That one cover this area. So if I collect, I fit chop percentage, maybe 30%, maybe 20%, that kind. But at the end of the day, it will run like the way Lagos is running, because you cannot say Lagos is not running, even though there's incentives for people collecting those taxes. But that means if they can collect the taxes, money will be coming in. But of course, people will go chop, you know, go vex them. But money will be coming in. The country will be able to run, mostly without borrowing too much. So that is also in the works. Another thing in the works is Tinubu business partner, that Lebanese guy, Shaguri.
Mm-hmm.
Shaguri. He's going to build a coastal express.
Road or rail?
No, road.
I thought it was rail before that they were planning.
No. There's rail going to happen. That's south to
Lagos
southwest.
to Calabar one. I mean,
But now
that,
there's also going
that
to
is the
be
one
road.
that is the one that runs through Eduna. That's what they are proposing. That one I know that one. Because I know the road one was supposed to be the West African road network, right? It was supposed to link the whole of West Africa, the coastal road, whatever. So they are building that one now.
This guy is going to build it. Shagori. It's going to be PPP.
From where to
from
where?
From Lagos to Calabar.
Wow. Okay.
From Lagos to Calabar. It's going to be a coastal road. Maybe our own Pacific Coast Highway. It's going to be a coastal road. It's going to be PPP. So Shagori is going to release the money. I'm sure they're going to toll it, and that's going to be. I like those kind of things because Nigeria is not going to have to spend money for an infrastructure that will be built. But infrastructure will be built, people will use it, they will pay for it, but the infrastructure will remain in Nigeria. It's not going away. So it will help us.
They even approved that they got funding for that Fort Mainland and the second phase of the Blue Line now. They already got approved for that. So and it's also PPP as well.
It's also PPP. It's also PPP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But so there's some things that are going to happen. I think the short term, this government settling down and making all sorts of juvenile mistakes. They need to quickly get over it. Get over it. And because they need to ride this first year out without effing up too much because they're already effing up. Try and get over that. Yeah, our liquidity problems, we started addressing it now. Have you guys heard today that they started clearing the FX backlog?
Yeah, I saw. I read this article from Wall Street that they said by December, according to Wall Street, we should be at about 850 to the dollar when this is all settled.
This is all settled, because they've started paying all those airlines, all those people they owe dollars, and the banks, the forward contracts that they didn't honor. They restructuring it. They changed some dates and they're also honoring some of them. So the backlog, the $7 billion backlog, that will be covered. So in the short term, anybody that is prospecting on, who knows? But if the pattern remains, the short term, Naira will gain, because it also coincides with the time people will be coming from abroad with dollars. But I don't know what will happen in the long run. It may go back up. Most likely it will go back up. Inflationary pressures, we've not been able to control inflation, and things like that are still fundamental problem. So all in all, this government, I'm going to keep criticizing it until they get things right, because nobody is here we all want Nigeria to work. Nobody is here to do Yoruba Locon or some bullshit like that. So it's to make sure. I'm glad we're beyond all this silly politics, Chicago, FBI, one thing.
But then to move that to the secondary school thing in Nigeria, but that one is not sticking as fast as the Chicago one did. So
the FBI did not really give them anything. But
okay, this is my position. Think about it. Nigeria is very important to America. Even if they have something on Tinubu, why would they release it to you? If they need Nigeria for their own interest, why would they do that? Even if they have something on him on file, they will not release it now for their own interest. I don't know why people are even going to court to get all these FBI documents. It doesn't matter. And even if they give it to you, even if they give it to you, it will be heavily. You wouldn't even see.
It will be heavily redacted now.
You just blank the whole thing out. So what's the point?
I'm glad that is over. So at least the country can focus on. So they can focus on issues. All these obedient kind of people is the stupid. They are the ones that will say, this certificate, this person is Shehu from Sudan, Tinubu is from Guinea. They like all this stupid stuff that doesn't, things that won't improve the government. Isn't that nonsense tomfoolery we did throughout Buhari? And Buhari was busy boring us to death and printing money like money was about to expire. If we had focused on criticizing policies and all, constructive criticism,
but
maybe we won't be in this shape.
But okay, hold on. This Emefiele, do you think it will survive this? I won't use the word persecution, but this guy is in a deep mess. because it's been. I think he's now with EFCC now, right? I
It's
believe
with
so.
the FCC, yes.
Do
It's
you
with the
think
FCC.
do you think he will survive this? This
It will survive now because here's the thing is, do you think we can take him to court and get money from him? No, it's not going to happen. We're just going to spend decades in court, maybe till he dies. We will not get anything. The best that can happen is to just beg him or to give him some sort of amnesty that all the money that you guys stole, bring it back and we'll close our eyes. Just bring it into the economy. Because they need to cut deals because you can't waste your time like taking all this court. Is rich enough to afford the best lawyers the world can offer.
but no, the reason is because earlier on you brought on the name Dangote. So Dangote also has to cough up some cash. He has to cough up something because if you're part of this mess, then you have to also be part of. Maybe give up some more shares of your refinery in Nigeria or something.
But okay, how are you going to take the Dangote? Because okay, I'm Dangote. I told Emefiele, oh, I'm building a refinery. I need dollars. You gave me dollars. Like I'm not committing a crime, right? The only crime I may be committing, well, is it a crime? If you give me dollars and I don't use that dollars to do what I'm supposed to use it for, I take it to the market and round trip it.
What?
Is it illegal?
No.
It's not right, but is it illegal?
I don't know.
Maybe it's illegal. I don't know the law.
It's illegal now. Round tripping is illegal. That's illegal, right? You are selling. Yeah, it's illegal now. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's illegal. I'm sure there are technical explanations that you can't make it illegal.
You said 7, right?
So I don't know. So all that Dangote area, I mean, what is water under the bridge? What has happened has happened. So the Emefiele thing, the best that can happen is to just, if they still have dollars, please bring your dollars into Nigerian economy. So at least it will be floating into the economy.
Okay, but why can't they? But that means if they want people to bring that cash into Nigeria, that means you must change the policies around domiciliary accounts then. Because that way people want to save in dollars. Okay, so if you want them to bring their money back, those policies where you must report, so if you change those policies, there will be inflow of dollars into Nigeria where there will be no need for me for EFCC to come knocking on my door. Where did you get this cash from? How come you have 1 million in your account? So if government really wants that money to come back into Nigeria from these corrupt individuals or Yahoo boss or whatever they have, then for you to look away, you must also change the laws on the banking laws as well to allow this to happen.
Yeah, but Tinubu just signed some executive order doing something similar to encourage people that have dollars to bring your dollars out and nobody will penalize you. I think it signed an executive order like 2 weeks ago or something.
But the banks I look at the domiciliary stuff. They have requirements and everything. So that hasn't changed yet. So once I see a change in that, but that hasn't changed yet. So there's some.
I expect all those stuff to change though. They will have to make some changes into all those laws. Kind of like revamp all those things that came during Buhari's time. They need to just change it. Make things easier where I can easily take money, put it in a dumb account, and not put too much restrictions. I think that needs to be encouraged to get. I mean, because right now there's a lot of dollars in Nigeria, right? But everything is kind of decentralized and everything is dollarized. So they have no control over the black market. So if they allow everything to come,
that not go away though. The need for abokis on the street. That needs to go away though.
It needs to go away. It needs to go away. Because you don't see that kind of things in different countries. You don't. I think they need to maybe make all those bureau de change, merge, make it bigger, so they can accommodate more risk, and they'll be able to use economies of scale to afford whatever rate they're selling cheaper. But if it's just me and my $100,000 or something, I want to maximize on it. So black market, whatever it is, I'll be shooting up the demand. If you pull all that money together and you guys have like $100 million, then the sale you do, you have more volume than me trying to maximize my small volume. So they should look around things like that and then ban unlicensed black market, ban all those small players, try and enforce the ban.
It is a war on the north. It is a war in Nigeria.
No, I know they'll say that, but you give them opportunity to say, okay, you guys will come and merge your operations, right? Come and combine your operations. Because we're not going anywhere if they don't do things like that. It will keep widening and widening. Because all this money we're borrowing now, because the problem is the borrowing we're borrowing for back things that have happened in the past, right? That is crazy. So we're saying our earnings from LNNG, we're using it, we securitize it, get loan, securitize it against BC.
Okay, two questions to you. Okay, if we pay this backlog, do we have any plans to because you're going to have new inflows that you must also address as well? Any plans to mitigate that? And number two, I heard, I'm not the expert here, you are when it comes to these things, that even the oil we are producing, our guy already sold it ahead. Like I think for the next year or two, whatever we are producing in Nigeria, the oil.
Oh yeah, our oil is encumbered. Buhari has already encumbered our earnings.
So how can you address that? Are you forced to increase production to meet up with your own quota, or what do you do at this point?
So if whatever we sell, like you rightly said, has been has been accounted for already. So maybe if we increase production, we will quickly get through the time. We'll quickly get through whatever obligation we have. But who knows the obligation we have? Because right now, every money we're making, dollars, is like as the money is coming out, it's already taken. It's already taken. So it's a bad hand that this this guy has been dealt. A bad hand. And well, he's the expert, he's a genius, and he has like some smart guys. But man, they need to get it right. They really need to get it right quickly. Otherwise, Prestige will just be shouting Agbado everywhere.
Hey, you're having it. It could have been worse, if that arbitration has gone through, the P and ID. You're familiar with that arbitration of 11.
That is over.
We'll have cancelled the country. We'll just say everybody go back to your homeland. Cancel Nigeria.
And when I didn't even know about it until I started reading. Ovia brought it 2 days ago. Then I went back and started reading it, see where this
man, I've been following it for years.
Long time ago.
I've been following for years.
And for how much?
I didn't know about it. That's how naive I am about Nigeria.
For 20K.
20K.
$20,000.
That is treason, man. I'm sorry. That should be treason. If anybody involved in that needs to be locked up for life. I'm sorry.
But Pati, it wasn't supposed to be this bad. You see what happened was what they will normally do is they will quickly settle out of court. So when Jonathan was going, they wanted to settle it out of court for like $800 million that time. Jonathan now said, no, I'm not signing this. So let Buhari deal with it. So those guys now say, they now went to court. They went to the UK. They went to America. They now got judgment in favor. And all this kind of international arbitration, especially for trade matters, you have to enforce it. Otherwise, all these rating agencies, everybody is looking at it. So they went and got judgment, and then the interest started counting. But nobody paid attention. Thank God for Oshibajo.
The interest is 1.3 million per day.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
We would have died. There was no way we could have paid it. There was no way. But we dodged the bullet. That's the only thing I can say.
But how do we then avoid this from happening going forward? Because
No be our civil servants, corrupt
you know,
people.
you know how I feel about them now. I already told you they need to fire half of the staff of them. You know, just useless.
That
But
woman
you
is
go with
dead,
the whole
sir.
thing. I mean, all those lawyers and some people were Kabul with all those companies. They wanted to sell the country, man. That's selling the country. That's
But
exactly
you
what
know,
happened.
there's so many judgment deaths against Nigeria that they what they happen is
So there's
they
more.
there's more, there's
Oh,
more, there's more.
wow.
Because it's a business in Abuja, some of the bulls will come, they'll they'll BS, they'll give them contract. The contract will be unenforceable. They will now take you to court and say you broke the contract. Then Nigeria will be forced to pay them. So when they come, they liaise with all these Abuja civil servants, knowing that whatever contract they're signing will not be enforceable. And then, of course, they will get your president or whoever to sign it, whoever is responsible to sign it. Whenever they're drunk or whenever they're not paying attention, they'll just sign the country away. And then they will now go to court. They'll win the judgment. And then the country will be forced to pay. So even briefcase companies that have no history of executing any contract, no technical capabilities, no nothing, they'll just take you to court and get judgment debt against you. And then you're on the hook to pay.
But those companies they are owned by Nigerians now, Abi, behind the
No,
scenes.
this PNID is owned by an American and an Irishman.
Hmm.
Of course, but Nigerians are involved. I heard Danjuma was involved.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Chiwa Danjuma is involved.
Oh
And
yeah, he's one of the head. That's when they were trying to sell a improve Nigeria electricity when it started way back, even before Yaradua. I think some of them started doing the after the military, around the military time. It was a long time ago, 2000 and even before it was started before 2010, 16 and all that kind of stuff. It was a long time ago. So that's why the interest ballooned to 11 billion. Originally ended up 6.6
So how
billion.
much are
Then
we?
from there.
How much are we owing now? How much are we owing now? Is it?
no, we
No,
got
the judge
we
ruled in favor of
got
Nigeria because of too much of corruption and everything that. Kulata know more about it. I mean, the judge
it
ruled. It's
is
an arbitration.
if not for Yemi Oshibajo that said to go and investigate this thing, we would have been in trouble because it's very rare that the courts reverse this kind of judgments. Very, very rare. So when they now went to investigate, they found out that the contract was awarded in corrupt circumstances. They dug in. There was some time they even said they alleged that the lawyer representing Nigeria at the courts that's supposed to be preventing us from paying this money was actually acting in bad faith, but they absolved the guy. I want to believe, I want to believe that guy is guilty, but I mean, what do I know? The court already absolved him. So this kind of situation is a wolf money. They don't care whether your country dies or doesn't die.
But
They,
Kulata, I thought the people representing Nigeria, all those lawyers, they're supposed to be getting a pay cut from this if the arbitration has gone through. I think their pay cut is supposed to be
but
millions or whatever.
prestige. If you are
Yeah.
corrupt, if you are corrupt, let's say Nigeria, you are representing Nigeria. Nigeria will pay you $2 million, or let me just say $10 million, right? But if I now pull you and say, okay, well, bros, I know you are representing Nigeria, but if they give us this 10 billion, I'll give you 500 million. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Say, what do you think they will do?
They will switch.
I don't have any evidence. So that's the allegation. That's the allegation against the Nigerian lawyer. But the court eventually said no, he wasn't guilty. But I want to believe that. I don't know, man. But the court already said he's not guilty of that. So let me not run him down.
Right.
Yeah. But we still get small. Oh. There's this dam right now that Obasanjo's government or something gave to a company called Sunrise. One thing. So those people, they're sitting on the contract, no technical capacity to be able to build the dam. Some dam in somewhere in the north, maybe northeast or so. No technical capacity. So now that they're getting people that have the ability to do it, These ones are now taking us to our arbitration that no, now me get the contract. Even though they've given you contract under mysterious circumstance, you cannot execute it. You've not done anything. They will now say no, this is damage because I've used money to do X, Y, Z, blah 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 blah. So right now we're still in court trying to clear that out. So dam can't be built. I don't even know if they settled that one.
Even the one on yeah, the one they canceled. Is it that CMS one? The gas, is it the gas contract for power?
Talking about Babati, I think that's the one Kulata, me and Kulata is talking about.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's just something they wanted to, you know.
The
Yeah,
PID is the gas one.
Oh, the gas. Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Unless there are many gas ones, that's the one I know.
Man, your country, man. I don't know.
Now God will save that country. I don't know why we're still alive.
Why is still alive? You're in America, they enjoy it.
You know how much corruption that they no, not us here now. I mean Nigeria as a country. Why is it alive? Like they've robbed that country blind.
Me, if I there for Nigeria, I know for survival. Who knows where, you know, where we don't fight by this time because I don't know how people are surviving.
I mean, you see what I'm noticing is I'm seeing my classmates, old guys that are just migrating to Canada. And these were people doing decently okay, good jobs and all. But I'll just check their profile. You know, they'll take picture on Facebook. Look at picture. What's this guy? It looks like this is not his normal Port Harcourt or Abuja pictures or Lagos pictures. You see him in Canada. You now go and check his LinkedIn. You see that the guy just got to Canada, is doing some sort of big guy in Nigeria. You'll be seeing some job that is barely over customer service or something. But
okay,
man.
But I've seen that. I have some people that I know too, even working in the CBN in Abuja, willing to sell their houses to move here. So I'm like, they are making this kind of money. I don't understand. Is it that bad or I don't understand.
I don't know. Is it that bad? But these are some of these guys had good jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's some friends that have businesses. They're not moving anywhere. They've moved their family here, but they are not going anywhere because they're making bank in Nigeria.
You know, they're making money because I had a friend of mine that his wife came to deliver in America, so she stayed with me in town. You know. So she's like, okay, they want to move. I'm thinking, wait a minute, you have the money to come here, have pay all this fee. You are doing well, but Nigeria, if you say they should not come, you know the way they say, oh, you want to come, that's the kind of I don't want to come to America because blah 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 blah. Okay, but when you come, how do you want to come?
Visiting visa.
Come the right way. Don't come here going to keep struggling. No. Apparently, they increased the fee for that this program they had before. That one that you buy a house and you get a green card. What's it called?
Visa lottery.
No. You buy a property.
Investors. Is it investors visa?
It used to be $500,000.
It used to be $500,000.
Yeah. But now, so I think about 1 point something now. It's gone up. Property. Yeah, it's gone up.
Well, when you think about it, $500,000 in today's world is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So many people can put that together.
So he wants to go to school. He wants to go to school for computer science or whatever. So I'm like, this guy, I don't know. I don't want to get myself involved in that kind of mess where, so you're the one that brought them here or you do whatever you want to do. I don't know. I mean, you're working in Abuja for God. I mean, you are doing well. You have like 2 or 3 houses. You're making money. But
But people are selling their properties to move to Canada.
I'm telling you, if you're abroad. Yeah, you can get all this what do you call those houses in Lagos now? The 3-bedroom attached.
All those condos
for about $40,000 right now.
Really? $40,000?
Yes.
But if I buy a house, am I going to go live there?
You know the one that they were demolishing in Lekki, those kind of that kind of house, those types
Yeah,
of
those
slab.
kind of properties. I see them. Sometimes I get tempted because you see them.
Oh
Um,
cheap, budget. 35, 40.
eh,
Yeah.
40 million, 50 million, 60 million. Like, if you buy it now, I mean, it's not going to be liability.
I mean, some people use it for Airbnb, but or rent it out. You can do
But,
many things with it, but
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 when
people
you
are
look at it now, you can put the money. My problem is, as long as I have option to invest there, Nigeria is never attractive to me, Sha.
people need Nigeria. People need cash. They need cash a lot, so they are selling their properties a lot though. To go to Australia, to leave the country, they're willing to sell their two properties, sell their lands. I'm like, how do you want to sell your two properties, three properties to come to America?
Yeah, but that isn't that reflection of the desperation that's currently in the land right now.
Hmm. Like to
Like,
okay, it's like I'm coming to do something. It's like I don't care what they do over there, I will adjust over time. They're that desperate that when I get there, I will figure it out. That kind of mindset.
and it's not easy over here, oh, especially that Canada. I heard that Canada that is way more expensive than the US.
People are even. I have some people that over there that I have a friend over there. That one, me tell my PhD anymore. I've lost count. All the guy that so that's the way he keeps himself in the country. So he wants to move
Hey,
to the
Baba
US.
G and Kulata. You're talking about business. Guess what happened to my family and me? Most of them don't see our hotel for where now.
Ah,
They don't see our hotel for the whole until the 12th of this month. No business.
why?
It has taken
Why?
over. What I mean, we are living in a banana republic state. You're talking
But
about Nigeria being a banana
wait,
republic. Go to Imo. Yes.
wait. Where is this hotel located?
Owerri, I say our hotel in Owerri, the whole
In
hotel in
Owerri,
Owerri, Imo State. I mean,
Owerri
Owerri has
about
one of the largest hotel in the
wow.
country, even including Lagos. I'm not talking about in terms of rating or whatever. They have too many. The whole people in the southeast, not just southeast, from south, anywhere, they come
I
to
know
Owerri
we
to
has
relax.
the highest number of hotels in the southeast.
Yeah, but Hope Uzodinma has. It started about 3 days ago. He has sized the whole hotel until the 12th.
What?
The election is on the
What?
11th.
What's the reason for doing that, though?
Because he's going to use it for his campaign and everything. He doesn't want foreign people. He doesn't want people to come there and monitor the election. That's why it has taken over.
Oh,
No,
so is
really.
it paying you for
Huh?
shutting the hotel down? Is it paying you
No.
guys, like paying for
He
all the
says he's going
rooms?
to pay. He says he's going to compensate whatever the going rate is, but he's not telling us what the going rate is. Does he know? Yeah, he has taken over. I mean, I'm part of the hotel. He has taken over,
Uh-uh.
not just even the lower. We have a very good hotel. Good if you read about it. The temperate. Hotel. It's a luxury hotel. Where. Yeah, that's my family hotel. It has taken over everything.
He
That
now
just not just
he
that one.
shut it
Even the
down.
lower, what we consider a 1-star hotel. Ours is considered to be about 4-star. Where 4-star plus maybe. But even with 1-star hotel, it doesn't matter. If you're gonna come there, it has taken over. This is what I'm calling
So
about impunity.
so even short time stay, those 3 4 hours quickie ones are down to or what?
I mean, the hotel management has sent a letter to Tinubu begging Tinubu. What can he do? He's not in charge of the state. Yeah.
Uh-uh. Opus Odima wants to win this election by hook or crook.
You see what he did to the what's his name, Ajaro, the Labour this thing. I'm not talking about Labour Party, I'm talking about Labour
No,
Congress guy.
Labour. I know the guy now. The Nigerian Labour Congress.
Yeah.
They
I
beat him.
mean, maybe when they're for partisan politics, I don't know, but he hasn't paid. Uzodinma hasn't paid the civil servant for almost about 3 years or 2.5 years. So he went there whether he went there for that, I can't testify there
Yeah,
because I'm not there.
but prestige. This guy is associated with Labour Party. Let's
Yeah,
call that.
that's why I put a caveat. But it's the way he was handled that I have the issue, because they claim that he was beaten aside before the police come and rescue him and put him in their place to safeguard him. But that's not what happened. They already get him and beat him inside the police. That's where the beating took place. I'm not even talking about what he went there maybe for campaign or whatever. But Hope Uzarama say he came there, they warned him not to come there to campaign. He come there to campaign against. Yeah, I don't know. He's not
But it
even
looks like he's
genuine,
working. The guy is working for Labour Party.
but he doesn't really. Okay, but he's
It
not
doesn't
really.
mean they should beat him. No, I agree with you. It does not mean they should beat him the way they beat him, right? But is he has ulterior motives. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he may be. Everything in Nigeria is not an ulterior motive. But why are you beating up this guy? But anyway, that's another story. I'm after my business being shut down. Okay.
If you join APC, they
If you
open
did
your hotel.
crazy now. You did crazy. I did that desperate.
They will open your hotel.
Okay, are you still gonna? So it sounds like your interest in Nigerian business environment is clearly dwindling the way you're talking right now. I
No,
don't think
it's not dwindling now. I think we have to go past this stage, right? There's nothing we can do. I mean, I would say they need to stabilize, right? So while going through this stabilization, it's going to be painful. We won't get out of this mess for like a year. I mean, I don't know if Tinubu is a genius and his team, maybe 6 months. But let's not kid ourselves. It will take some time. So I'm not lost interest. It's just a waiting game. But in that waiting game, people are going to be suffering big time, big
Eh,
time.
but this is my point. When this is the if you're going to invest in Nigeria, this is the best time to invest. Like if you when it's
Oh
down,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not cheap
Oh
to like.
me, I normally I do not invest in Nigeria. No, I don't. I don't.
Mm,
I mean, I have my reasons for it. It's not like I've not tried before. I've tried before, and I was swindled, and I said, okay, I'm not going to do it again.
how about you do it differently this time around? I haven't learned from the past. I supposed to just
Yeah, but
advance and to
my work doesn't allow me enough time
okay
to
me.
to focus on other things. It's and this is as long as I'm working where I'm working, I will not have enough time till they kick me out from retirement or I decide to quit.
Mm, well,
So I need something that is nearby.
okay,
Oh,
but what about something that you can do from here, but it's still tied to Nigeria, where they have businesses over there, but they buy from here, but you manage it like logistics on the side where you don't maybe you 4 or 5 hours a week to it.
if I can get something that I have that luxury, of course I'll do it. But I mean, those kind of things. Well, if I stumble upon that idea, then I'll do.
Not
But
that I gave you a hint now. We went through these things now.
yeah, but what you said, I can't. That processing. That's processing. Well, where will I have time to do that?
I don't know. You're not the one managing the whole thing per se, but the demand and supply aspect of it is where this leads on with companies that ordinarily will buy from here.
Babaji
And
and Kulata.
yes, sir.
I go talk to Nana. I'm gonna go get me something to eat, and I already joined
1 month.
1 month went to the moon. So if you not come there, I see you not there.
Well,
I've not been on 1 month for a while. Maybe
You
one.
hear
I'll go.
him
Maybe I'll go.
talking? You hear
You
one
eat
man
too much,
talking?
man of it.
You hear one man talking?
No.
No.
no, I pop up.
Listen.
I pop up once in a
Listen.
while. Do at the late session because it's less rowdy than the.
Nigeria really matters to the United Kingdom. We share
Oh,
history.
okay. I can
Yeah, we
hear
can
him now.
hear him now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I come to the late session once in a
All
while.
right, buddies. I'll see you later.
All right.
I'm always see the work now is crazy. So
So
I
how many hours
cannot
are you
talk.
putting? How many hours are you putting in a week? 60 plus hours or what?
Yeah, no.
Man,
It's, 60. I mean, it gets up to 60 at times.
they have you working
So
too. I mean,
it's not like, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. You're chasing a deal, you're making sure things are straight. Even if you win it, you have to staff it. I mean, it's just crazy.
or
So it depends.
do you still travel a lot or just
No, no,
more?
no, no, no. I don't travel. I don't travel again. I
So I said,
once in a while I do have to travel just
because I'm like,
to
it's
make
like I
appearances.
am in India. I said, India, can you what they I said, I'll go to India.
No, okay, those kind of India travel, I still have to do those, but those are not every week or every other week now. Maybe just once or twice a year, and go to Paris, and you can sneak in small vacation inside there. But to be seeing clients all over the place, yeah, I mean, now you don't have to. Maybe it's just when it's necessary, you just do it. So, but that means your own work-life balance at home is in the toilet
Hmm.
because you wake up and then you sleep. It now makes it worse if a lot of who you work with they're in the West Coast. So that's just
Oh,
f's
so
up your.
the one my own thing that puts like even when I'm off, people will still call me. I'm like, I'm off, right? This is what they do like this, right? Like, oh, blah 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 blah. I'm not. I'm off. I'm not on call today. Okay, we know, but we need you right now. So, by the way, I'm like, did you hear what I just said? I just told you I'm done. Next thing I know, I have to attend to. So now I'm have to like, when you're off, your phone is off. I don't want to hear anything. Clap my phone right.
They don't respect boundaries. Like today now, I'm not. I was doing something. I had to go to local office just to do a few things. So I officially technically took the day off. But in between that, escalation. This, that. I mean, it's your account now. You have to, you know. So it's not you're not really off because they can f up your day depending on whatever thing you need to deal with.
Then you pick up on the
So,
back. Then you have to pick up and the like because
eh,
the issue is like let me be honest with you. I'm not a good preceptor. I'm not. It just I don't know why. I don't know how to. So what happens is if I have residents that want to call in, I'm like, you should know this now. Call somebody else. They say no, 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 and they
but
also
your own case is a matter of life and death at times.
yeah, now so I don't have like that. But they're supposed to be covering for night. So that's why you're there. Yeah, but why are you calling me? Like you should know this thing. So yeah, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But if you trade stock, if you have any idea, because I do other things on the side just to keep my mind But I'm looking for uh some kind of I would say just 3 hours or 4 hours where more of logistics and stuff where I could just
So
go
what I want to get back into,
to.
or that was actually thinking is export from Nigeria, right?
Mhm.
Which I tried to dabble into at some point in time before Buhari messed up the FX. Those like all this guar gum, all this dry ginger,
Mhm.
hibiscus,
Mhm.
um, what else? There are a bunch of stuff like that. That the market is in the north. Then you take it to Lagos, export it, right?
Okay. 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 Let me ask you: are you only sourcing for it where you have farmers that would do the hard work? You buy from them, export, or
You buy from them. So there are two ways around it, right?
Mhm.
Is either you go to the bush and buy. In that case, standards are not guaranteed, right? So if they pack 50
Toby,
kilograms,
come on.
you have to rebag it, remeasure it, check. Because
What?
before you export it,
Come get your milk.
there's a company in Lagos that does quality checking, and they can flat out just not pass whatever you brought, and you can't take it. You won't be able to export it. So if you go and buy in Kano, it will be more expensive, but they will have packed it. You're guaranteed that okay, I can export it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but your profit margins will be smaller. But buying in the bush is no longer an option anymore because of insecurity.
But what is the guaranteed market? Because you know this, most of the people they want orders where okay, maybe every other week you can deliver so amount. So do
It
you
depends on
have
the product.
right?
Depends.
Avocado. By the way, avocados. You know, I kept talking about avocados.
Mm.
Avocado. I have a friend that was doing avocado. Like he was shipping to Australia. For some reason, they're crazy about avocado in Australia. I don't know why. But he does the avocado itself. Now he wants to do the avocado oil. Right? He's now selling the
Oh,
avocado as opposed to just to. Now he actually wants to do the processing, where he kind of labels the packages and
from
everything.
Nigeria.
I mean, he has to. I think he does from few African countries.
Avocado. Well, that fruit spoils easily though. If you
Yeah, but
don't know,
I think you must ship in like real time. You must ship fast. But I think
yeah, you have
the
to.
way because it took that before COVID, it was like could you want maybe $1 though, one Australian dollar. Though. But after COVID, the price went up in Australia.
Because the demand for it, that's what I use it to cook avocado oil because it has a lot of monosaturated fat, more monosaturated fat than poly. So I use that. It's very close to olive oil in terms of what's called properties. And there's a lot of demand for avocado all over the world, especially with all these vegans and all these liberal people. They eat avocado like it's about to expire. So anywhere you have it, they are buying it in bulk. They fly it from Mexico. A lot of the ones we eat in America is from Mexico and California. So there's demand gone. That one is not meeting the demand that they have to fly from outside. But because that fruit, it has a timeline, it's easily spoils. Like if you buy an avocado, if you don't quickly eat it at home, the middle will start getting mushy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like it's a delicate fruit to handle. You have to be an expert, and your supply chain must be tight.
Nice.
I prefer dry goods, like dry.
Or you can dry it first before export and stuff.
Exactly, especially if you want to deal with a country like Nigeria.
Mm.
That's why something like hibiscus is attractive.
But is the market for that huge globally? You know, hibiscus?
In Mexico,
Really?
if you go to any farmers market or any Mexican market, just start paying attention. Dried hibiscus. They drink it like tea.
But where did they get it from right now? Where's the number one? Where's the
Sudan.
what?
Sudan. That's the best hibiscus
Hold
in the
on,
world.
hold on. Please come. I want to do like let me see the Nigerian market.
There's a big Nigerian market. It's in the north. They grow it in the north.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
They did 48 billion naira last year. Wow.
There's some guy in Philadelphia that I think that's the only thing he does. He nets net not gross. Net over $1 million every year. Just casually doing it. There's some guy in California, some Chinese guy. He's one of the biggest buyers in Nigeria.
So Nigeria did about 20. Wow. Last year only 1.7 a ton. Wow.
Yeah, and you will get contracts even if you open in Alibaba or Global Trading, one of these websites, Chinese websites. You will get order from there. You will sell it there. You
It's
trade it there.
mostly middle belt a bit. Jigawa State a bit. Jigawa State is a huge.
Throughout the north, yeah. That's what I know.
Wow.
Throughout the core north, they grow a lot of hibiscus.
Okay, so how do you want to do it? Do you buy from them? Do you have a warehouse where you package it, or
So that's why I said there. If you go into the rural areas, there are warehouses, but the tonnage you need, you may not be able to get it in one place, right? So you may
Mm,
have to go to different places because of insecurity. That's dangerous. So you can as well just go to Kano, where they have all these dealers, and buy from those dealers. As long as your own deal, you'll make your own money from it. Then why not?
mm. And you just meet the companies here, and you make a deal with them to supply.
Yeah, most of the buyers are in Mexico,
Okay.
Mexico, and all these Hispanic countries.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a lot of buyers there. Some may actually buy, assuming you want to go all the way. You can buy your own supply. Contact one of these food processing um, um, companies, all
Mm-hmm.
these contract food processing companies, help you package it into tea,
Mm-hmm.
box the tea, brand it, and supply it.
Wait,
That's
wait.
if you want to go all the way. If you want to go
That
all the way.
that's Zobo, right? That's Zobo tea now. Zobo
The
here.
Zobo now, of course now. They
Wow.
sell it all over America. If you pay attention, you see it all over the place. All
Wow.
over, especially when you have Hispanics. They drink that thing like anything.
No, but I thought it was only Nigerian because I always see it in the African store.
No, they drink it worldwide. They drink hibiscus tea because it's good for blood pressure. It's like a diuretic.
Mm.
Eh,
You be peeing like crazy. You be peeing like crazy.
you'll pee, so it helps with okay. It's not just that. I think it also improves endothelial function, if I'm correct.
Really?
You know all this stuff that has red substance, like beetroot, like
Yeah,
uh,
I know. Yeah, we did a bit before.
like beetroot, like pomegranate.
Yeah.
All those things. I don't know what that thing is called. I've read about it at some point, but they do help in all these circulatory issues and so on and so forth. So people drink hibiscus a lot for that.
I mean, like their market. So pretty much just vasodilating the vessels and okay, I
Yes, it
know.
helps with dilation. Yeah.
But you say it was at sea. I just didn't know that they were processing it. I know they dry it up and they soak, but not as like a bag tea. But I'm so huh.
Tea bags. I mean, see, Germany buys a lot of hibiscus. Most of the processing of Sudanese hibiscus happens in Germany. I mean, I studied it now. I actually got some contracts and it
Why not
was
just
not difficult.
why not just then cut off Germany from that processing and just do the processing yourself? If they go to Germany to do the processing, that is a huge market to tap into on the African soil as well, and just
Yeah, if you're ready now, assuming you're ready to take your processing plants to Kano or somewhere up north, yes, you will make money.
that they will just that you will just be the value chain will just come through you. Then
Okay, do you know about this woman in Ibadan? There's a woman in Ibadan. I mean, I think she's in her 40s, maybe early 50s, I don't know. She does cassava processing, cassava value chain, sorbitol, tapioca, and and so on and so forth. She has her own farms. She also buys from people. She makes $12 million a year
hmm.
in Ibadan, cassava. She makes $12 million. I sent that link to one man. That okay, well, I mean, come and read about this woman so it will encourage people on the show. She makes $12 million a year from cassava.
Cassava matters.
Yeah, but you have to sit with it. It's not something you say, okay, you'll be doctor for America, come they make process cassava in Nigeria. You can't do that now. You have to abandon what you're doing and go there and sit with
Because
it.
that's what I've noticed. Even my aunt that was There was a nurse that had a. I think I said that before on one man show. They had a business in Nigeria, food business. And she had to abandon nursing and move to Nigeria to properly run the business.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Because
Yeah.
on my guy, if
Ah,
you give
no.
them money for equipment mama budget every time. Like you will not see peace until you move there and go and do it yourself.
And I don't see myself moving down to Nigeria anytime soon. But I do go. I
That's the
go
problem.
3 4 times. I need to go more because there's some stuff I need to do. But yeah, I need to. But but there are opportunities though. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I feel like the value thing, like on both ends, one can tackle it from one end, and if you have people in Nigeria that you trust that can manage it from the other end as partners, where you like you said, like for instance now this hibiscus thing, where they will do that running for you in Nigeria, and when it comes to sales and logistics in America or Mexico, you will be the one doing the one negotiating with the companies, logistic,
So I partnered with a northerner.
uh-huh.
I had the money, he had the connection, and so I bought industrial scale, sent it to him. So when and there's one Igbo guy that kind of actually showed me how to market it. So actually that was a Wazobia. I wish we had continued. That was a Wazobia arrangement. The Igbo guy helps get contracts. The northerner facilitates the sourcing. So it was kind of like a good arrangement. It still exists. People still do it. But there was a time, that Nigerian basically got banned because of quality issues. So we're putting sand inside it. So I
Sand.
think, yeah, because when they inspect it, it's not 100% inspection, right? So they'll just take a few bags, check. So if you game it, some people game it, and then they now loaded the thing with sand. So by the time the thing got there, they ordered the container back. So they banned Nigerian hibiscus for a while from Mexico. But I think they've lifted that ban now. But it's not only hibiscus, so guar is one of our areas of strength. Guar orogbo. There are some pharmaceuticals that need orogbo.
Oh, yeah, because I know I buy Rogbo and Obi on Amazon. Wow. And the person that fulfills that deal, my it's always I think it's in Virginia somewhere. That
Mm.
so I Rogbo in America on that scale, like the demand is there really for companies, or I'm
Because
not
I heard about some guy that got orogbo deal for a pharmaceutical or something in the Middle East.
really. Man, I'm just I'm reading I'm reading this thing from Ibadan. Cassava
So
Matters.
the cassava woman.
Yeah, no, it's called Cassava Matters. It's a huge. I think
Is
it's
it the
called.
one that's run by one woman? I just can't check
Yeah,
the link.
I don't see her. Yeah. It's her. Something.
She makes $12 million. If that's the same person.
Yeah, but she has it. Yes, she has a. But she has this company where they do more with cassava. So she has all these projects that she has, weed management, like for pretty much comprehensive, well detailed. A to Z, from treatment, from harvesting, from the whole 9 yards. She has,
The whole value chain.
yeah, the whole thing, all our partnerships. This is a very well designed. I'll look into it. But okay, but yeah, say later.
All right. Ovier.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nobody want to talk about Peter Obi. Election is over.
Guy,
We know send
no
down.
good though. Oh man, is that the end of will be the end movement?
He will come back for 2027. If he comes back in 2027, then you know that this uncle will win again.
Well, are you surprised though that Bola Tinubu don't pretty much take over PDP?
Why would I be surprised? This is our very first real politician and president now.
It's sad, man.
We know there's no opposition. That's what I'm saying is there needs to be real opposition in Nigeria. If there's no real opposition, then there's not going to be accountability. Tinubu will just do whatever he wants.
There's no opposition at all.
I mean,
It's a family business.
look at how many times Labour don't try strike now. They fit strike. They no fit. So I mean, anyway, make I go chop.
Okay,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't try for today.